All right, here we are, hole number 5. First look at this one from the third tee box. Going to be a couple different ways to go about doing this. And I would imagine maybe if you get large enough wind and it's pointed angled enough, you could probably try to land off of here and hop it onto here. With the way that the wind's pointed to the left, I'd probably steer clear of that. But something that in theory could potentially happen. This is going to be a very risky shot. I could see this going out of bounds. So you do have to be very careful. Also have to miss that tree, which does not look like my opponent did. So you can see basically catches the tree limb there. It's going to make this a much tougher hole. So what I'm going to try to do is essentially just put it up here. Just get this into play. I'm not even going to touch the spin and even short hit it just a little bit. And just basically just drive this up. Get it up here towards the edge. Hopefully give myself a reasonable look here for a second shot. So I should be well short enough. I do have a right pointed wind. I may actually be a little bit too close to this tree, so you might want to just keep it just a little bit more left than I just did because of that fact. So I may put myself in just a little bit of trouble where I need to just navigate the trees a little bit. So that'll be something to work on for the future. Whew. So it looks like I am within range here and going to be able to, thinking, close to max, getting close to 10 rings plus a little bit of counter just to try to play wind effect. And it looks like I did just clip the rough. You can see I didn't even touch the spin there into a headwind. I was trying to see if that would be enough, and it looks like it just wasn't, not to mention the way that the wind was angled. Made it just a little bit too little, but you can see how you're going to kind of need to do some kind of, I used a max adjustment there, and it seemed just a little bit light. So it is going to be shooting down to a lower target. I was at mid club. I used a max adjustment, so that adds on at least 12-15%. So I did do an overplay, but it wasn't still enough to overcome. So do keep that in mind with that approach. And let's see how this turns out for my opponent. Be good to just see kind of how it plays and how feasible this is. I would have imagined I'd probably do, if it was me hitting that opponent shot, I would have did some kind of counter curl, because guys don't realize how much wind effect plays. Like, it is an unbelievable amount that the wind affects that ball. So you can see that the wind effect ends up taking that well left, especially when you're hitting down to the lower grounds. So wedge and sand wedge are going to be the two most basically clubs that are basically going to have the most wind effect play. So you do need to keep that in mind, because if you don't do something to kind of counteract that, then it's just going to kind of take off in the direction of whatever the wind is pointed. So do, always be thinking about that, and good luck with that hole there, guys. And I will see you guys on the next.